Alrighty then. Oh, sorry, I'm a little later than I planned. Forgot I had to move an AQ and just didn't want to do that live. Because why would I want to? It's just not as fun. Just move that to there. Okay. Nightbat already coming in with a question saying, biggest question, who thinks that the spider that jumps the ship is a different spider than the one that seemed to have killed, and who thinks it's the same one? We'll get into all of that shortly. First, we'll just let everyone show up and say hello. Hello, old friend. What's going on? Flip your dollar. And we also got Carlo, Derek, Weapon X. But yes, we will be, if you guys didn't see it in the title or in the stream name or down below, or right that way where it says spoilers, we will be talking about The Mandalorian Season 2, Episode 2, and in part, if I don't know, we might talk any spoilers Mandalorian related. I don't want to ruin it for anybody. If anyone hasn't had a chance to watch any of it, or if you're in the middle of watching Season 1 or something, now's your chance to get out before we talk all the goods. But in the meantime, how is everyone doing? How is your Thursday? Mine's been pretty good. Worked on a video. So when is 3 coming out? Episode 3 will be tonight at midnight my time in the Pacific. So yeah, I will be watching it tonight as it airs. Won't be like live streaming while it happens. Just gonna stream for a couple hours, then end out the stream. But the stream is meant to be for us to nerd out about things, all things Star Wars, while we just grind some MCOC. And the plan is for when Mandalorian ends is that we pick a new TV series to all binge and then come back again on Thursdays and talk about. Which I'm hoping that the next one we do, I'm hoping that by the time Mandalorian ends, that the WandaVision show begins, and then we can just turn it into that. We'll talk about WandaVision next. But who knows when that's actually getting released? We don't know yet. They said, I think last I heard was that it'd be before the end of the year, I think. Bro, she does not want to throw her specials. We live in the same state. This is true. But I was just meaning for everyone else, anyone else wondering. All right, well, yeah, we'll start talking about it now. So the whole spider and eggs thing is ew. Literally, like the next day, I got 2 emails from 2 different companies saying, "Hungry for Mando Monday." True, Mando Monday. That'd be a good name, but we're not doing it on Monday. And I don't want to like limit this to just the Mandalorian. So like I said, we can move past it and go to a different show essentially. Nice music in the background. Well, thanks, man. Thank you. Not gonna lie, I haven't even started to watch the Mandalorian. Well, Derek, this is your warning. You will hear spoilers tonight then, probably. Do you have enough gamma to get the future crystal? No, not yet. I don't think. I've barely grinded for any gamma. You can't see it from that screen. I was gonna see how much I had, but yeah, I haven't really done much in terms of trying to get it all. Random fact, my dog's name is Obi, and my wedding anniversary is May 4th. Oh, nice. So was May 4th, was that intentional because of Star Wars, or was that just a coincidence and it happened to work out that way? And anybody know what level you find diamonds in Minecraft? I think it's starting 18 and below. I think that's where, at least when I used to play, that's what it was. Yes, I used to play Minecraft. It's one of those that I kind of every now and then I get an urge to go back and start playing it again. And I have actually a couple times within like the last year just like played it a little bit, but I don't know, I just can't seem to get into it as much as I used to. I'm not as good at it. So much has changed. I used to be like really good at building and like just building like houses and stuff like that. I just enjoyed it, but yeah, I'm not super good at it anymore. I'm excited to see what WandaVision is like. Okay, now that we're talking about it, could you answer my previous question? When is the new episode? New episode will drop tonight at midnight Pacific. Have you seen The Boys? That's a good show. Yes, I love The Boys. I wish I said I wish I had this idea actually for The Boys when season 2 was airing, that we could have started it there. But yeah, so to answer your question, Nightbat, I think I mean, I hadn't even considered the fact that it might be a second spider. I just assumed it was the same one, and I kind of feel like that just because it looked like it would have been a little like beat up, kind of. I don't know, the little mouth part of it looked like it was kind of sagging a little more when it showed back up, or maybe it was just because it was a different angle or something. But yeah, I'm pretty sure. I'm pretty sure it was the same spider. Oh wait. But also, babies have 2. Babies have 2 what? It was intentional. I let my hubby choose the day. He loves Star Wars. Nice. Forgot to tweet out the stream. Let me do that real quick. Twitter. All right, I think that's good. Come nerd out with me in the chat. Wait, come nerd out with me in the chat about the Mandalorian season 2 while we grind in arena. Okay, there we go. Okay. Oh, parents. Yeah, but here's the thing with a lot of insects and kind of spiders in general. Generally, the female is the big one, and the males are a lot smaller. So, whatever male is that I'm assuming that was the female. Assuming that was the female, because if not, then the female it would be a lot bigger if that was supposed to be the male. But I would assume that that was the female, the mom. So the male is probably a lot smaller. So they wouldn't be about the same size. That's just general about how like spiders are, I feel like. You like black widows. Black widows, the big ones are the females. The small black, like you almost never see males. Females eat the males just like real life. Yeah, exactly too. Like a praying mantis, for example. Don't ask me why I know these random facts about bugs, but I do. I just do. Praying mantis, after they mate, the female bites off the male's head and kills it. Like, that's a thing. So, and I think it's a thing across a lot of insects that do that kind of stuff. So glad your stream got the copyright move. Dude, same, me too. I was like, what the heck is going on? I was so confused by that. Okay, can you just not do that? Yeah, so what did everyone feel? How did everyone feel about the episode? Overall, my thoughts were, it was honestly a little bit of a boring episode. It wasn't nothing like revelation, nothing crazy happened. Like, plot didn't move much. Yeah, exactly. I mean, yeah, we have like a source that knows where more Mandalorians are, and so now they're going to a new planet. That's kind of all we got out of it. And we know, well, we already knew that Baby Yoda likes eating frogs. He eats one in this first season, and so it was pretty reasonable to assume that he was going to try to eat those baby eggs the second he saw them. You kind of like got a feeling like, oh, he's gonna try to do something. I just knew it. And it was pretty cute every time he ate one of the eggs though. So that was cool. But yeah, I don't know, it was just kind of a slow episode. I did like the the cameo. Did you guys catch the big cameo in the episode from Mr. Dave Filoni? If you don't know who he is the guy who created the Clone Wars TV show, the cartoon show, and I think he did the Rebels too. Yeah, he was one of the fighter pilots that showed up. What's going on, Nick? How you doing? So Hubby has a theory on the eggs. He thinks they weren't actually being eaten. He thinks the child sensed danger and did that to safely store them. I've heard that. I heard that actually from somewhere else. I was watching a video and someone mentioned that. Who knows? That could be a theory as well. But I don't know. I think the fact that he went straight from eating those, then saw the other eggs and started eating the baby spider egg. And I think he was just hungry. Plus, like I said earlier, he ate a live frog in season 1, so it would make sense that frog eggs would be part of his appetite. So I don't think he's trying to store them. And plus he has that little burp. I don't know if that really, like, he after he eats one of them, he burps. And like I feel like that's a typical sign of like, oh, you just ate something, you burp. It wouldn't be like oh, I'm just keeping this for storage and I'm gonna burp. Like, I don't know. That's my guess. Bad theory because no danger at the end. When no danger. True, yeah. Like once they're done at the end, if that was the case, why would he then? Because he starts eating them too before the danger even happens. I guess like you're saying, he sensed the danger was coming, but I think it was pretty much from the get-go. So I think it's safe to assume that probably wasn't storing. But I did hear that as a theory, so you know, can't completely rule it out, I guess. But my money, if I were a betting man, would be that he was just a hungry little baby Yoda. Theory might be true though, because he seems to have a caring look when he sees the eggs. Kind of, I guess. And it is cool too, you see him use the Force in the episode actually, which I haven't seen a lot of shows or a lot of like videos talk about, is when he first touches the container that they're all in, you see them all start gravitating and moving toward him. So he was using the Force to like draw them to him, but obviously he realized like, oh, these are in something, so he had to go up to the top and pull the lid off. So some might call this episode filler. Yeah, that's kind of what I thought. Remember, always take theories with a grain of salt. Exactly. Good evening, CV. What's going on, Brian Perkins? How you doing? Finally opened my 5-star feature today. I got an Annihilus. Not what I wanted, but I'm happy because he is a good defender and a great synergy to Doctor Doom. There you go. As long as you're happy with it, it's a win. Who says it's the Force? Maybe the eggs just have a natural ability to go towards warmth. True, it could be that, but then I feel like, well, I guess I was gonna say then when the mom was holding him, they would have gravitated toward her, but I guess our frog's cold-blooded. It's just turning into like a science episode. Art at the end was well done. I always forget to watch that at the end. I hear people talk about it all the time that they love the artwork at the end, but I always just click off of it afterwards. What's up, Red Flamed? Haven't really done much arena yet today, so I'm a little behind. Normally I try to have it set so I just start onto my 6 stars like right away, but we'll check the comment above. I'll stop on the next one. Cheers. Oh, Pep1000, yo, what's up? Did I miss a comment from you? Oh, stopping in to send some positive vibes, hoping all is well for you, Captain, and everyone watching. Dude, I'm so sorry, I totally missed your comment. Glad to see you in the chat, man. Hope all is well with you as well. It has been a while, man. Good to see you. I always make sure to see if there are any special stuff after the episode. Yeah, you never know. There might be, so it's usually best to watch till the end. If you guys don't know who Pep 1000 is, he is the creator of the Pep method. You may have heard many YouTubers speak of this when opening crystals. He's the one that it is named after, believe it or not. Mando's ship is wrecked again. Yeah, I was actually kind of surprised. Like, obviously it was kind of like a montage at the end there of him fixing it, but it was just kind of like when they first landed, that thing looked destroyed. So the fact that it was, I was like, how is it able to like fly still? But I guess like the under part of it is like still like busted open and everything. That's why they had to seal the back or whatever. And then he said at the end, he said, if that busts open, let me know. And then he was like, I'm kidding, if that happens, we'd all be dead, because, well, obviously they'd get sucked right into space, so. What do you guys think? Should I take Red Guardian up to rank 5? I've been thinking about it. Might be my next one. Him or I kind of want to play around with Tigra. I need to play around for a little bit more and see if I like her, and then I'll decide if I want to take her up. Captain, I haven't seen Mando yet, so I won't stick around. Time to catch up. Panda Man Pete, yes, dude. Catch up. How like are you watched season 1? You just haven't watched like started season 2 yet, or like where are you at? Are you just starting season 1? MCO has been crashing all day? Really? Hasn't happened to me. It happened a couple times during lag stream, but that was the intentional crashing, if you know what I mean. Haven't seen episode 2 yet. Okay, so you watch episode 1 of season 2, but you just haven't caught up to season 2. Episode 2, I mean. Well, Pete, you got some time. I'm gonna be streaming for about 2 hours, so if you start it now, I might die here with Tigra. I'm playing awful. That was very bad. Yeah, like I was, yeah. Let's imagine that didn't happen. Yeah, things are great. Super busy lately, more busy than I like. Hey, busy is good though. Busy is good. No, wrong guy. Oh, hey, Philip said busy is good as well. Took the words right out of my mouth. Looking to Cyber Weekend. I want Nick Fury and Captain America Infinity War. Those would definitely be 2 great pulls for anybody who doesn't have them. And I don't blame you for wanting them. Last year is when I got my Nick Fury, actually was from Cyber Weekend. When they first added those 5-star Nexus crystals. That's how I got mine. Excuse me. Am I the only one who feels like Mando's search for the other Mandos is going to lead him to Boba? I mean, obviously we got the big Boba Fett tease in episode 1, and I was really hoping that we were gonna get more of that in episode 2. I mean, I know Pete's still here. I don't really want to spoil too much for Pete. But spoilers, you don't see Boba Fett in episode 2. So I'm hoping that later on in the season, somehow it is going to come back around to Boba, and hopefully that wasn't the only side of him, and then it's like leading up to that's the season 3 storyline, which we'd have to wait a whole nother year for. So hopefully, or I even have heard that there is talks of a Mandalorian, or a Boba Fett series spin-off from the Mandalorian. So who knows, we could get just a tease again of Boba Fett, then have to wait for that series to start, which again, I don't know if that's a rumor or if that's for sure happening. I just saw something about that, so it's worth mentioning, I guess. I hope him and Boba fight. Yeah, that's the thing too. It's like, even if they do end up meeting, is it gonna be, oh, you're a Mandalorian and I'm a Mandalorian, we're cool, or are they gonna fight? Or like, my theory is Boba Fett, I feel like he's one of the more famous and well storied or well known, all right, Panda Man, peek later. I feel like he's well known in like Mandalorian culture. So is it going to be like one of those, he's going to see him and instantly know like, you're Boba Fett, or it's going to be like, who are you? And then Boba's like, you have my armor. And then he's going to realize, he's like, oh shit, you're Boba Fett? Like, wait a minute, hold on. And that was the other question I had, was in episode 1 when Mando sees the Marshal dude wearing Boba Fett's armor, did he know that was Boba Fett's armor, or did he just obviously recognize that it was Mandalorian armor? So like that's just so many questions. Does he know who Boba Fett is? Or yeah, I remember the long message I sent you about Boba Fett, Captain. Yes, I do. I can't remember everything it said in there, but I did read it. And did I forget something? Did you explain this in there? If so, I'm sorry, I'm forgetting. I read it a few days ago. I don't think he knew. See, I can just pull that up actually and read through it real quick. Pull this, put this over here. Where's your message at? Also, Mandalorian wouldn't fight a fellow Mandalorian for no reason. Again, I'll say Boba is considered the strongest Mandalorian. That's right, you said he was trained to fight the Jedi, so he was a very like famous Mandalorian in a sense. So yeah, I feel like there's a good chance he might know who Boba Fett is if and when they meet, and that he recognized the armor. But I don't know. We'll hopefully find out. But I think the fact that we didn't get him in episode 2 means we probably won't see him for another couple episodes, because obviously he's still on Tatooine and Mando is no longer on Tatooine, and I don't anticipate that he'd go back and visit Tatooine again, because I said this in last week's episode, that if you think back to season 1 of Mandalorian, not many people... Wait, what? Frodo, what happened? Why'd you hide Natbat? What just happened? Confused. He didn't say anything. Yeah, sorry, I got confused there. I didn't know why that happened. You should be good, Nightbat. I don't know if that was just a misclick or something. But yeah, in season 1, they didn't really stay in a single area more than one episode. Like, each episode was either like on a different planet or just in a different part of the galaxy, just doing something different. They didn't really chill in one area for more than an episode. So it was kind of expected that he was going to be leaving Tatooine at the start of episode 2 like he did, but I was just hoping that there was going to be a Boba Fett confrontation before, and that the end of the episode would then have been leaving or something. So now it just makes me think that either, because who knows, does Boba Fett have a way to get off of Tatooine, or does he have a ship, or what's the situation with him? Obviously we don't know, there's just too much to know. So the only way he could, let's say for example he doesn't have a way off of Tatooine, then Mando would have to come back there. So what would be his reasoning for going back there for them to meet again? So I don't know, let's see what happens. His ship is where he left it in episode 6. Oh, okay. Only reason to go back to Tatooine will be to get the pearl, and who knows who will quest Mando to go back. True, that is a possibility. I think someone pitched it last week that maybe that pearl could be ended up using to make a lightsaber, because they can sometimes house kyber crystals, which are used to make a lightsaber, which could be used for Baby Yoda, or which I think would be a more likely scenario would be making essentially a second, maybe not dark saber, but a second Mandalorian lightsaber that he uses to face off against Moff Gideon. I was like, what's his name? Like I said, Captain, if it disappeared, not really sure. Boba is an infamous Mandalorian and the leader of the Mandos post-Empire. Gotcha, okay. I don't like that they don't know Jedi do virtually, Jedi being virtually impossible. Yeah, they don't really know about the Jedi at the moment, I guess. Which, I mean, it makes sense though, because you think about the time frame that this takes place. It takes place after episode 3, I think, right? I don't know how many years or whatnot. So Luke Skywalker, before Luke Skywalker, there hadn't been Jedi since Order 66. It had kind of, they'd gone away and into hiding, or they were all dead. And so not many people, either at that point, they kind of became a myth. A lot of, like, think of Han Solo at the beginning of episode 4. He didn't really believe in the Force and the Jedi and all that until Obi-Wan and Luke Skywalker showed him and everything, and he was like, oh, okay. And so then after episode 3, Luke Skywalker was then still like the start of the new Jedi, and as we learned in the new trilogy, he went on to bring back the Jedi and started training people. So, but who knows how far along in the series that process of that Luke Skywalker is in that process of building up the Jedi. So they're still kind of relatively unknown in most parts of the universe, basically. Stop by and hitting the like button. Thank you, Forgotten Massacre or Massacre. Hello, Mr. Captain. Hello, Game Center. And you sent over $1. Dude, why, thank you very much. I will get you up there as the biggest beard of the stream. Game Center sent over $1. Thank you, my man. Thank you. Or Mold tracked him to T and runs into Boba. Or Moff. I think you meant Moff. Moff tracked him to what do you mean Mold? And T, is that Tatooine? Sorry, my phone, and I had to put it in my pocket. I didn't mean to ban. Oh, okay. I was wondering. I was just like, who did he just like randomly like blocked Nightbat random? I was like, what had happened? You're just talking about Mandalorian. Well, we got it handled. I figured it wasn't on purpose, so you're good. It's after Clone Wars, right? It was kind of big. It's Clone Wars was big. Yeah, a lot of people knew of that. The Battle of is that the battle of what's it called? Can't remember. Battle of Yavin. So what is it? What's the word? BBY Yavin. Battle of Yavin? Is that what it is? Like that's what people. That's like the time frame that people generally use for Star Wars. Like before or after Battle of Yavin. Is that what it's called? I'm like second guessing it right now. People should know the Jedi at the time of the New Republic, since Luke is rebuilt. Yeah, exactly. So yeah, and this takes place after episode 6, right? The original trilogy, right after that. Pretty sure that's because in the first episode they talk about the Death Star blowing up. So it clearly takes place at least in that time frame. I mentioned the New Republic. Yeah, so it has to be pre or post well, what we thought was Emperor Palpatine's death. But as we learned in The Last Jedi, or the Skywalker, the last movie, whatever it's called, The Rise of Skywalker. No, Rise of Skywalker was the second one, and The Last Jedi was the third one. Getting all of them mixed up right now. BBY before Battle of Yavin. Okay, yeah, I had it right. And BBY before and after. BBY and then ABY, so after the Battle of Yavin, that's what it is. Okay, that's where I was confusing myself. If they bring Luke into, they better not nerf Luke again. He's supposed to be the strongest Force being. Force Awakens, Last Jedi, Rise of Skywalker. Yeah, because there's the possibility that Luke Skywalker is in it. There also was an Easter egg in Luke Skywalker was actually mentioned in Episode 1. It was when in that flashback scene when they were showing the Death Star getting destroyed, the words underneath it were the opening crawl to one of the Star Wars movies, and it was talking about that there was another Death Star being constructed, and like Luke Skywalker's name was mentioned. So there's no way people don't know of Jedi, because it wasn't like more than 50 years ago when Vader and Order 66 happened. Yeah. So a lot of people well, I mean, because it's not, some people don't know of the Jedi still though, I feel like. Because just think about when he's first told about them in season 1, she says that the girl tells him he needs to reunite him with the Jedi, and he's just like, who are these Jedi people? He didn't really know. Got a 5-star feature today and pulled Professor X. Dude, nice. Congrats. To summarize the skill and power of Boba, Luke in the books is supposed to be the strongest Force being, and he's proved that in many ways, and Boba has given him a run for his money in a 1v1 battle. There you go. Okay. What's the over-under on Swamp Rat jokes? Dude, yeah, episode 1, they had a bunch of Swamp Rat jokes. That was a kind of a reoccurring thing. I think they said it at least like 3 times in episode 1. For anyone in the chat, does Iron Man Infinity War work on biohazard nodes? I mean, he's only bleed immune when he has an armor up on. I would probably advise just using someone different and not risking it. I think he technically might be able to. Just obviously don't hit into the block because you don't get the poisons. But if the armor breaks fall off, I'm not a super savvy Iron Man Infinity War user, so you know, if you are, then maybe you can do it. But I don't know if it's worth the risk. You're probably just better off finding someone else to use. Vader, born of the Force, is the strongest. I don't know. I thought the weird Night Sister mother was the strongest Force being. The Night Sisters, that's a whole different realm of the Star Wars universe. Probably not. If you haven't watched Clone Wars, you guys are probably like, who are the Night Sisters? Yeah, I don't know. I don't know what their level of everything is. And then of course you have the father, the son, and the daughter that are like the light and dark versions, sides of the Force, that are like the spiritual beings or whatever they're called. I can't, what are they called? That episode was crazy. When like Anakin gets shown his future, but then his forced to forget it or something like that. Dude, that episode was nuts. Like, they show him a vision of what he can become being Darth Vader and everything, but then his memory gets wiped or whatever, so he forgets all about it. This hurts to read because of Disney nerfing him. You guys don't even know. Yeah, so I get, yeah, it's hard to say because I mean, not many people. Yeah, we haven't all read the books and the comics or whatever. So and I don't know what if all of that is canon and whatnot. I can only speak for what I've watched essentially. Just trying to find a bleed immune champ for the Sentinel mini boss in 6.1.2. I don't have any other unless I awaken my Captain Marvel movie. Gotcha. So Jango shows his face in the prequels. Is that because he was trying to lay low and hide his identity, so the Mando code was superseded? So from what I've watched and heard is that he wasn't actually officially a Mandalorian. He was a bounty hunter. But at the same time, I don't understand how it all works, because like I thought you can't wear that armor unless you're a Mandalorian, is the whole code and everything. So how was he able to have the armor still? But that's just what I've seen online, is that he wasn't officially part of the Mandalorian culture, I guess is the word, or clan. I don't know. I know Nightback knows a lot about it, so he might have a better answer. Because then also, because yeah, I don't know about Jango, but then Boba, who knows? How much will the offers be on Cyber Weekend? How many units do I need to save? I have 600. I mean, if you're planning on getting all of the unit deals, it's generally around 15 to 16. I think it's usually 16,000 total. I think it goes like 1,000, 4,000, 10,000. Maybe it's 15. Why did I think 16? I felt like there was another 1,000 in there somewhere, but I think it generally goes like that. So 1,000, 4,000, or maybe it's 5,000. That's where I'm getting the 16, and then 10,000. What's the smallest deal get me? I mean, we don't know yet. We can only go based off of what we had previously. So there's no really to really know what it's gonna get. Did I hear spoilers? Swagger, yes, we are talking spoilers about Mandalorian, anything Star Wars related on top of that, of course. Doesn't have to be strictly Mandalorian based. We can talk anything Star Wars, Clone Wars, Rebels. I watched it all. So yeah, that spider scene was cool. Yeah, the spider was pretty cool. It definitely gave me what was it, Harry Potter vibes though. Definitely, it was like flashing back to which Harry Potter movie is that? I think it's the second movie, right? I think it's the second Spider, or second Harry Potter. Prisoner of Azkaban? Yeah. Or is Prisoner of Azkaban 3? I think it's 2. It might be 3. Let's see, it's just switching movie series on us real quick. Just trying to think which one is which. Can't think of it off the top of my head. Rebels 5 as well. Dude, Rebels is so good. Rebels and Clone Wars are two of like the only cartoon shows I've ever really watched as an adult that they were so amazing. So good. Oops, I didn't mean to click this one. Do we know if Boba escaped the Sarlacc pit? I know he does in some book. Carson, well, if you haven't watched Mandalorian, you're gonna get a big spoiler here, because he shows up. So it's implied that he got out somehow. We just don't know how yet. But he made an appearance on screen in the Mandalorian TV show. So it's safe to say that somehow he did survive, unless it is Rex or a different clone. because they all technically do look the same, so there is that possibility. But it's heavily implied that it was Boba Fett. Abeloth is technically weaker than Luke, but she's extremely powerful. Okay, I don't know who that is, but... By the way, you forgot to change the description? What? No, I didn't. I changed it. Did it not change? My description says we're talking The Mandalorian season 2 episode 1. Oh, it's supposed to be episode. It's supposed to say episode 2, but other than that, yeah, I think that was the only thing I forgot to change. I accidentally wrote episode 1, but everything else in there was this. So thank you for pointing out my grammar error, swagger. I was thinking it might be Rex, but yeah, it's probably Boba. Yeah, it could be Rex, I guess, but I feel like if it was Rex, it would have been more like of a happy scene. It kind of seemed like, not like it was dark or whatever, but it just was a very like a, oh, this dude looks pissed moment, and the way he turned and he had like all the scarring and everything. Just, I feel like if it had been Rex, it would have been more happy. And if we were to get Rex, I feel like we would get him in the same episode as Ahsoka. Like, I don't see them separating them, unless it is like it is Rex, and then he's like, "Hey, I'll lead you to a Jedi," and that being Ahsoka. So we'll have to wait and see. But my money is on it being Boba Fett, because the whole episode was showing his armor and everything. Like, only makes sense that it was him at the end there, in my opinion. Rebels is the best animated show. I think so. Overall, I think I did enjoy Rebels a bit more than the Clone Wars until Clone Wars season 7 dropped. Even just those final 4 episodes alone were incredible, and I would love to watch them again. And I will watch them again at some point. Like, I feel like if I were to go back and do a Star Wars binge, I would watch the movies, but in between that part of the movies, like, I would go back and watch those final 4 episodes along with it as like an extra movie to watch. Like, they were that good. They could have been a movie in itself. Rex got his armor in Boba died, head cut off, or no? No, Boba didn't have his head cut off. He fell into the Sarlacc pit. They'll probably buff the 6-star shards just a little on Cyber Monday. I doubt they will have 2 6-star Nexus from the Odin. Yeah, so I think I showed it in one of my videos in my streams the other day. I compared the July 4th deals to what I think we might get this time. So we had 6-star Nexus on July 4th, so I don't see them going backwards from that. So we'll at least get 6-star Nexus from the Odin offers. How they can go better than that, I don't even know. The only thing that would make any sense to me would be some kind of selector crystal for T5 class catalyst fragments. Whether or not that is 10%, 25%, or crossing my fingers and absolutely hoping for 50%, I don't know. Or even, I don't even know if I would want 50%, because I don't need 50% more for some of the classes. Although, if I did, if it was 50%, I could probably form a mutant and a tech one. But I don't think they'd go to 50%. We'd probably get a 25% before anything. So a safe bet would say, I'd say for sure a 10% selector, with hopes that we might be seeing a 25%. Because if you keep in mind, if you can buy it 3 times, then you're getting 75% of a crystal. If it was 50%, that'd be 1.5, which would be insane. So, oh, Django, yeah, Django had his head cut off. might not want to be in the chat with a 200 letter cap. I can't explain what is supposed to be happening. Well, yeah, it's hard to compare it to what's supposed to be happening from the books. We can kind of, for the most part, everyone knows the shows and the movies, so I think it's easier just to keep it to that rather than trying to confuse more people. But I do appreciate that you have a deeper knowledge like that, so don't feel like you have to try to explain everything from the books. But if there is something simple or whatever that is easier to explain, feel free to throw it in the chat. But don't stress yourself out by trying to limit something and then dealing with the struggle there. But I do appreciate the input. What will be the difference in Cav deal or Thronebreaker deal? I'm not Thronebreaker because I refuse to use my only T5CC on Black Panther Civil War. I mean, we don't know. They only just announced it. That's a thing. Thronebreaker. We haven't seen any deals yet that have been put out based on progression or whatever that have been like a huge deal. We won't until Cyber Weekend. So it's hard to say what the difference is going to be. But you could kind of go back and look at what the difference is between Cavalier and Uncollected and kind of see how big of the gap is there. I would assume there might be a similar one for this, I guess. Stupid greenie. Thank you. Doc McShoddy, what's going on? Why is the Bay Method crystal opening so legit? I just recorded another video and posting it tomorrow. Oh shoot, man. You were getting more luck on that than I am. I also just haven't been opening any crystals though. So, but dude, can't wait to watch it. I'll have to check it out tomorrow. Keep an eye out for it. I will say that The Mandalorian has been pretty consistent with the books. Let's see how much they keep up with that. They seem to be on the book timeline, not the Disney timeline. Okay. Yeah, and so that spider, the spider from this last episode was actually a callback to the original series, like spider monster that was going to be in the first, I don't know if it was the first movie, but one of the original movies. It was an original idea from back then. So they called back all the way to that, which I thought was pretty cool. There are like 8 episodes this season. Yeah, I think it's 8 episodes again. 8 episodes of season 1. I'm pretty sure it's 8 again. Anything special about the spider? Was it just big? It was just big. Didn't seem to have any secret abilities or anything crazy. It was just your typical massive spider that is terrifying and disgusting and creepy. So I don't think there was anything special about it. So what do we think is going to happen in tonight's episode now? Let's transition into that. So we're going to be they're going to be arriving at the planet that this frog lady's husband's at, where apparently there are or is a Mandalorian there. So is this going to be when we meet Bo-Katan? Is that because there's been rumors that she's going to show up in the series. So she could be there. Could be her. I forgot tonight's news. So yeah, that's the whole point of doing these on Thursdays, is so that we can talk about it and then watch the episode tonight or tomorrow, whatever. The kid is gonna try to get one last egg. There's a good chance that could happen too. He might, or they might at least have like probably be a sad look at the container that has the eggs as like she's leaving. They're gonna show like a close-up of them and then flash to Baby Yoda and he's gonna be like all sad or something. I'd say that's pretty likely to happen. Oh my gosh, Nightcrawler, just let me switch your freaking stance. I'm gonna die. I don't even care about that fight. Screw you, Nightcrawler, you're such a jerk. A longing look. Yeah, exactly. I hate Nightcrawler so much. Just bring us back the bug that allowed us to switch his stance without trying. Like, it was so nice. We made it to where we watch the new episode together, chat goes silent, and we all get some popcorn. Yeah, I mean, maybe down the road we could potentially do something like that. The only problem with that, though, is like with shows like this, The Boys, and it'll probably be the same when it was when the WandaVision show comes out. I like watching them right when they drop, like right at midnight, and I have roommates that generally are asleep around that time, so I wouldn't really be able to be loud and talk about it. So we would either have to just wait till another day and plan it, and then I'll watch it, but then we run the risk of people in the chat already having watched it and then spoiling it. So I don't know if I'll be able to really do that. It might get copyrighted only if I'm like playing it live for you guys to see. So what I did this last episode, the very popular YouTube channel called Star Wars Theory, he does that exactly. Like, he puts it up on his own monitor and then just has the camera essentially like this, just looking at him, and he's watching the episode over here, has his headphones on, and we all like watch it at the same time. And then he'll like comment here and there throughout the episode, and then at the end just have a little open discussion. So he's not playing it live for everyone to see, but it has like a timestamp of saying like, this is where I'm at in the episode, so that people can like follow along. So I mean, I would do something like that if I were to go that route, but again, like, I wouldn't be able to do it live, and I would hate to run the risk of not doing it right as it drops, because then people in the chat, you never know. I wish I could say I could trust every one of you wonderful people in the chat, but who knows? There might be that one bad egg that decides to pop in and be like, he died, or whatever. So who knows? You seen Raised by Wolves? I like it, but last episode was dumb. I have not seen that. What's going on, Edward? Episode 2 was not good for people with arachnophobia. That is a good point too. I may qualify as that. I don't know what, like, technically how you qualify to have arachnophobia, but I definitely hate the heck out of spiders. I do not like them at all. So yeah, that was definitely a little bit of a creepy crawly, just like, no thank you episode for me. And then, yeah, overall it was just kind of a bit of a boring episode. But then there's the issue that happened with Susie Liu. Who's that? What happened with Susie Liu? You watching Queen's Gambit? No, I have not. I've heard, that's another one I've heard of that's good. I'm glad I found Brian Perkins. He helped me find a nerd Discord server I'm now a part of. Oh, nice. I hope it's Sabine Wren. That could be another one. Yeah, it could be Bo-Katan and Sabine Wren. And if that's the case, that could be how they help him. They help lead him to Ahsoka for the end of the season. I like spiders just fine. I hate scorpions. Stupid scorpions hide in your shoes if you're not careful. I live in California, in a very non-desert-y area, so I can't say I've had that issue. But I can understand that. Yeah, scorpions are creepy. I'd put them right up there with spiders. I'm sure if I saw them in the wild, I wouldn't know what to do. Or if they're in my house or in my shoe, for example, I'd be like, that's your shoe now. Have a good day. See you later. Don't mind spiders, but I do hate dolls. I definitely have that. Yeah, that's pediophobia. Is that what it's called? I didn't know that. I understand that. Dolls can be creepy. Dolls can be very creepy. You've seen Toy Story 4? Dude, those dolls are super creepy in that. Like, that's a kid's movie. I was creeped out by it. Like, what is happening right now? Did you notice that we have a SAC native in the Summer Showdown? Wait, really? I didn't know that. Dude, that's sick. I hope he wins. I'll reach out to him and try to like get an interview or something, like get him on the channel or something. That'd be sick. Dude, I honestly I kind of stopped paying attention to the summer showdown. I forgot it was. I didn't realize it was still going. I thought it was over, and I just never saw who won. I didn't realize it's still been happening until they posted something the other day. I was like, oh. I was a little jealous that it looks like they got t-shirts and we didn't last year. I was like, I want a t-shirt. Is it a summer showdown? That's sick. I live in Phoenix, so we spray for scorpions, but I still find them around the house, usually dead, but not always. Yeah, I get a lot of black widows. That's kind of about it. She got in trouble for streaming Naruto. Ah, I can understand that. Makes sense. Really hope Comic-Con is here next year. Where's here? Do you where do you live, Nightbat? I'm not sure. Husky Nush is listed as from Sacramento. I know who I'm rooting for. Dude, heck yeah! Represent Sacktown, baby! Let's go! That's awesome. I'll for sure have to see if I can get a hold of this guy. That's sick. Husky Nash. Okay, I thought that's what his name was. I live in beautiful. Okay, New York. Okay, yeah, I hope so too, Nightbat. I hope it'll happen next year because I definitely missed out on this year. It's not been happening, so that's been a fun trip the last 2 years. So yeah, it'd be nice if it happened again. I live in Michigan, so we don't have much. Since it's just so cold, yeah. Much as in like many like critters or anything like that. I hadn't even thought of that. Yeah, like spiders and scorpions, they probably can't really survive when it's super cold. So, what's up, Legacy? I mean, I'm sure there's some species that can, but like your average spiders or scorpions and whatnot probably can't really survive when it's cold. It makes sense. I never thought of that. Prediction for episode 3: the plot will move farther than from episode 2. I sure hope so. If we get another filler episode back-to-back weeks, that's going to be disappointing, especially when you only have like 8 episodes. I have to go, but have a nice nerd talk. Sorry, your nerd helper is leaving you, Captain. All right, Nightbat, no worries, man. Yeah, you're my go-to guy. You can't leave me. All right, have a good night, man. Look forward to chatting with you once we can about the next episode. People tried to shame Baby Yoda for eating those eggs, but he is hungry and growing. Also, there isn't food on the ship. Exactly. Like, what else is he supposed to do? Starve? Kid's got to eat, man. He's a growing boy. Oops. Any Star Wars questions, just DM me. Alright. Kid eats anything? Pretty much. Gotta love Michigan. 75 degrees a few days ago. Now it's 35 to 40. Whew. Some shorts Tuesday and a jacket the next. Yikes. That's chilly, man. That's cold. It's been getting into like the 50s here though, so that's pretty cold for here, California. Tennessee does that too. Occasionally we'll get down to like early mornings. It can hit like in the peak of our winter. For me, I've seen it in like the 20s, but 20s here is a lot different than there because we don't get like snow. We just get like, you know, your average frost in the morning that like fogs up your windows of your cars and it like ices over a little bit and then just thaws. We don't get like feet of snow. So it's a bit of a different feel. It's just kind of, it's really cold, and occasionally if it's windy then it's really bad. But like I said, it's very rare that it even gets that cold. So yeah. So Mando is now not wanted by the Republic after their little talk in the cave. So yeah, the way I saw that was kind of like, so they knew who he was and that there was, so basically there was an arrest out for him because he didn't kill the bounty, that like he didn't kill Baby Yoda like he was originally supposed to. I think that's why he's being hunted by all these different bounty hunters, and that's the thought of where those people that are attacking him in the beginning of the episode, that they were out for that bounty trying to find him. So but based off of some of the good deeds he's done throughout last season, they talk about it, like when he's with that episode where he was with the group of people that with Bill Burr, and where they were like hijacking that plane and they escaped the people from the prison. He like convinced them not to kill one of the officers on duty or whatever, and it came out that like that officer passed that along or whatever, and so that's what got him off. Basically, they were just like, oh, he's not the bad guy here, he saved him, and I guess that's why. And also, fun fact, that actor that was that officer that he saved was the voice actor of Anakin Skywalker from the Clone Wars show. Hold your block. Let me hit. Thank you. Oh. Don't be a jerk. Okay. I hate facing evade people without an evade counter. It's the worst thing in this game. Tomorrow morning is projected to be about 25, hoping it won't snow. Yikes. Yeah, I'm not a big person, not a fan of the snow. Well, I guess I shouldn't say I'm not a fan of it. I just don't have a lot of experience with it, so I just wouldn't know what to do. Should I rank 5 Sunspot or Warlock? I'd say Warlock is probably better off, and probably he's a better general counter for a lot of things. But Sunspot is still awesome. He's still great. Well, it is cold in Arizona right now, 75 to 80 degrees during the day, and all the way down to 45 to 50 at night. That's, I'd say, about where we're at right now here in California, but probably a little bit colder during the day. Probably more closer to like 60 to 70. I don't know. I barely leave the house anymore anyways because of COVID. My city's about to get locked down again. We just went into the purple stage again, if you're familiar with how the COVID thing's working. Just basically meaning that we're at a more risk rate. Like a lot of people have been more cases popping up and everything, so a lot of our restaurants and everything are about to get closed again. So that's unfortunate. But what are you gonna do? It's our summers. Jeez. So why do you live in Michigan, Diane? Why'd you do that to yourself? True, I work at home and hardly leave the house also. Yeah. No, what? I'm originally from Ohio, and we always get snow. We would get a couple of feet of snow, and I have to go make money shoveling snow. I loved it because we made money for doing that. Hey, there you go. Make a career out of it. I can understand that. Interesting. Interesting. Not really sure how I'm missing these parries, but I guess that's the thing. I hate in the mornings before school having to shovel snow from the driveway and getting all the snow and ice off of it. Yeah, that would get annoying having to do that every single day. I don't understand that. And my game crashed. Yay! Fun! Ooh, oh, crack the back while we're waiting. Main game, not the beta. Alright. Ooh, we have messages. We have stuffs. Summoner advancement. Excuse me. Oops. Okay. Hop back on in, eh? Yeah, I think that's fine. I had the craziest opening ever today. I pulled a 5-star Guardian, Cap Marvel movie version, and Silver Surfer from the Tech and Cosmic Dual Crystals, and a 5-star Black Widow Clairvoyant from a Legendary Crystal. Dude, that is insane. Question is, which one do you rank up first? Do you have any Awakening gems for any of them? Because Guardian and Cap definitely need the Awakening. I mean, I guess not definitely, but they really benefit from it. And then Silver Surfer, obviously, if you want prestige. Black Widow Clairvoyant, though, she's solid. And then the question also becomes, which one do you rank up first? Did I already say that? Did I say which one you rank up first? And Awakening gems? I can't remember. Today's one of those days, guys, where my thumb is just kind of hurting. So it's kind of annoying to have to play a game that you constantly using your thumbs in. So I don't know, it's just I've been playing the game too much lately. It's really sore for some reason. It's annoying. I hate it. And I can't play one-handed with my left hand. That's just not gonna happen. I'm gonna play a little bit different right now. I'm using my left thumb and then my right pointer finger. How many users are you trying to get before Cyber Weekend? I don't think I will make it 15K. Sitting on just 8K right now and not enough weeks left. I mean, my goal was to get a good amount, but as you can see, I feel like every stream just keeps going down and down and down because I keep having to use units for potions in Alliance Quest or revives in the event quest. That's why I've been so bad about doing the event quest content and everything, because I can't keep units. I keep having to use them on potions because I can't get my stash built up from glory, because I've just blown through all of my potions. I can't seem to hold on to them. I'm just not good at the game, guys. That's all it comes down to. I have to spend items to finish stuff. It's not good. It's not good. I think I should be better at this game, but I'm not. You spend money on this game? Yes. I haven't in a while. I've been trying to hold off until Cyber Weekend before. I pretty much only spend around those big offers is when I do it though now. I used to spend more, but now I'm more tame about when I spend. I'm more picky with the offers I go after, I guess. Dude, are you freaking kidding me? Thank you. You do map 7? Yeah, we do map 7. I have 2 Cosmic Awakening gems and a generic gem, and already popped a generic into Cap and decided if I should pop my second Awakening gem into Surfer or save it for someone else. Wait, you mean you used one of the Cosmics into Cap? Because if you had 2 Cosmics and then you used your generic on Captain Marvel, then I don't know why you did that. I'm guessing you meant one of your Cosmic ones. But the only reason I would say put it in Surfer is if you're trying to get prestige. And even then, like, I'm almost hesitant to say to do 5 stars anymore, because if you're someone that's pushing for prestige, you're probably in a map 7 alliance where it's going to be more so about those rank 3s for 6 stars. So at that point, you're better off just saving it for someone who's actually going to benefit from it, like a Hyperion or even a Corvus, someone that, you know, gets better with an Awakening rather than just Silver Surfer, who's not really much. I'm in a low-level alliance, so I don't have to use any items in Alliance Quest Alliance War. So you are getting the good rewards from Alliance. Is probably worth it for you? Yeah, it's worth it. We get good rewards and all. It's just annoying that I've been trying to build up my units stash, but I can't. Especially with Alliance War season just starting back up again. I'm like, well, now I'm gonna have to spend even more units probably for that. My last 5 stars were so bad I don't have much motivation to play anymore. Man, that feels bad, man. I know the feeling. We've all gone through that before. My cat is on my lap. My cat is on my extra chair over here that I have in my room here. She is passed out. Let's see if I can show her. Right there. Right there. Hi, River. Does any play Borderlands 3? No, I've never played it. Can't say I have. Trying to think if there's anything else in the episode that there's to talk about. It was just such like a pretty lame episode. There wasn't really much that happened. The only other thing I can think of was that there were some people trying to say that R2-D2 showed up in it and that he was one of the droids that was in one of the ships, one of the Republic ships, but I'm pretty sure that was proven not true. I don't know if it was proven true, but they just said it's not. Which I think would have been cool. It's possible it could have been, but it was R5. No, R5 was the one at like the launch pad, like when he landed, when he was taking off from Tatooine. But they were saying like in like one of the ships that was like chasing Mando, one of those was R2-D2 is what someone was saying. I was contemplating on getting Black Friday deals, but would rather save for the PS5. True, yeah, that's I've honestly considered the same. Of like I could buy deals on Cyber Weekend for my game, or I could potentially buy a PS5. It's very tempting, but I just feel like I don't play my PS4 super often anyways. So as long as I can still play with my friends that are on PS5, I think you can. In terms of like Call of Duty and stuff like that, then I'm fine sticking with the PS4 for now. Sorry, confusion. I meant to say that I popped one of my 2 cosmic in the game. Okay, I figured. I was like, I don't think you would be that reckless and throw generic when you have 2 cosmic ones. I figured it was just a typo. I have iTunes gift cards saved up for Black Friday. Yeah, true. That's something to keep an eye on, guys. If you are looking to spend some money for Cyber Week and trying to save up some money, you may want to keep an eye on places like Best Buy or Target or Amazon, maybe. I think, what was the other place? There was another place, like Costco. Costco does them too, usually. Like right before Cyber Weekend last year, all of those stores put up deals for iTunes gift cards. You get like $100 gift card for like $80 or something. So I mean, you're saving $20, and it's usually like a limit, either 1 per person or 2 per person. So like if you get that from a couple different stores, then you know overall you're going to be saving yourself maybe close to like $100 or something, depending on obviously like how much you're planning to spend, I guess. But yeah. You can upgrade your games for free when you get the PS5. Wait, really? Oh, how does that work? Probably won't want a new phone before a PS5 because my phone has been having battery issues. Sometimes it likes to shut down at 50% and it will be at 15% when it turns back on. Dude, I've been there. The phone I had before, the iPhone 11 that I'm using right now, was the same thing. It would just like, I'd have to keep it on a charger basically 24/7. So I'd be walking around with a portable charger all the time. I'd use it every day. And I'd have to charge it every night as I charge my phone every night. So it was definitely very, very annoying. I know the feeling. Which is your favorite Star Wars movie? That's a good question. Pulling up a list. I need to just see them all in front of me. Still the original from 1977 was pretty much all of them. The Rise of Skywalker was a bit of a letdown, but still okay. I see. Yeah, I'm one of the weird ones that I still really liked the newest 3, the newest trilogy. I thought they were all really good. But yeah, I mean, I feel like I still gotta go with the original or like Empire Strikes Back, because in that one you get the whole Luke, I'm your father, all of that. So those are pretty good. Almost uncollected, dude. Nice. Keep pushing. You'll get there soon. Congrats, man. Wait, whoops. There we go. I'm really only contemplating or complimenting about popping the other cosmic into Surfer. Or yeah, you meant contemplating, I think. Surfer is because I like to play with Surfer and he's fun around to play with, in my opinion. Hey, I mean, if you like Silver Surfer too, then yeah, go for it. Because you know, you don't always have to go with what everyone else does and what everyone says to do. Like, oh, you get this character, you do this, or you have to take this character up, or you have to awaken this character. Like, if you like someone, shoot. There's I can't remember the guy's name, but there's someone who is a diehard Vulture fan. He's popped into my streams a couple times. He pops into Lagsy streams. He loves Vulture. Vulture's his favorite character in the game. So more power to you, man. That's your thing. Then you have Sueda, who Miss Marvel, Kamala Khan, or whatever. And then MSD with She-Hulk. You know, obviously She-Hulk now is a little bit different because she's become great, but still a lot of people give her crap and be like, She-Hulk's not that great. But MSD obviously is like live and die by the She-Hulk. So yeah, I mean, if you love Silver Surfer, then go for it, man. I will not be here to stand here and tell you it's a stupid decision, because it's not. He's a good character. I have my 6-star, and I've contemplated taking him to rank 2. I just don't know if I'd really use him very much. It just might be kind of a fun rank up though. I do like he has sort of a phase ability kind of thing. I grew up with the prequels, so they will always have a special place in my heart. Dude, same. Actually, I almost said that like that was my childhood growing up, was those movies, because they came out. Let's see. So yeah, episode 1 came out in '99, so I was 8. I'm pretty sure it was one of them that it might have been that one, or it might have been episode 2. I went to see for like, that was like my birthday party. I had me and my friends all go see that movie. And so like, yeah, that was my childhood as well. So yeah, they'll always have, and I mean, episode 1 is just, it's probably one of the worst movies overall, but at the same time, I enjoy parts of it because the pod racing is so fun. Like the pod racing is so good. I love that. It's amazing. Pod racing is great. How could you not like pod racing? But yeah, then the other, they definitely, looking back at them now, it's like, ooh, that was bad. Sims is the way. I'm gonna go out on a limb and say this is a Simula raid. I'm playing on the This Is the Way. Like it, I like it. Welcome everyone from Simula's stream. There he is. What's going on, Sim? I remember in the theater erupting when Yoda busted out the lightsaber to fight Dooku. Yeah, that fight was sick. Yeah, and plus too, it was just like we actually got decent like lightsaber battles. Because now you look back and watch the original trilogy, the lightsaber battles. Boy, are they brutal. They're rough to watch. It's not an easy watch, guys. Not at all. Hurts from the beatings the Grandmaster just gave me. The Grandmaster, ooh, fighting the Grandmaster. Wait, were you doing Abyss? That Grandmaster? Or oh no, Grandmaster. Sorry. Okay, I see it now. Your stream was 6.4.6. Gotcha. I was thinking Collector for some reason. Obi versus Vader is hilarious. Yeah, dude, it's bad. Hey, I'm back. Your nerd guy is back. What's going on, Nightbet? Welcome back. I enjoy parts of all the Star Wars movies, even the ones not as good. Exactly. They all have their moments. And a movie that I think actually gets kind of slept on is Rogue One. I thought Rogue One was really good. Maybe I'm alone in thinking that, but I enjoyed it. I enjoyed the heck out of that movie, and I've rewatched it a couple times and still enjoyed it. And I know Solo didn't get a lot of love, but I still liked that as well. I thought it was pretty lame of how, like, the movie definitely just felt like they put it out there to explain a lot of like random things. Like, for example, how he got his name. It was, oh, the dude just said, oh, Han, who are you with? I'm not by myself. So he calls him Han Solo. And he's like, so that's how he got his name? Okay. But then we saw like, there's just a lot of like callbacks to things that have been referenced in the previous movies. But I thought it was still good. And plus Kira was played by my girl Khaleesi. Like, how could I not like that? I had to love that. Rogue One, second best Star Wars movie. Ooh, dang. Okay, so I'm not alone. You like it as well. So yeah, I don't know if I want to say second best, but it's definitely up there. In terms of like the new ones that have come out, it might be my favorite. Just thinking, I did like The Force Awakens, The Last Jedi, and The Rise of Skywalker. I'm a weird one. It might again just be recency bias, or just again the fact that it's better, much better technology, and so the fight scenes and the visuals and everything are just amazing, and that might be what's making me say that I like them a lot more. But I don't know. I think the storyline and everything was still solid. Again, I might be crazy. I probably am crazy. I know I am crazy. Are you crazy? Who's crazy? Rogue One was great. Yeah, that is true. My favorite lightsaber battle was in episode 1, the fight with Darth Maul. Oh, dude, the Duel of the Fates, Darth Maul. I talked about that last week, and how the real like meaning behind that was actually they were fighting for Anakin Skywalker, essentially. And if Obi-Wan, or if Qui-Gon Jinn had defeated Darth Maul, then Anakin Skywalker might not have ever turned into Darth Vader. But because he died and Obi-Wan ended up having to be his Jedi Master, he didn't train him properly because he didn't originally want to have him as his Padawan. And so it led him down a darker path. Oh, come on. The Rey trilogy was cinematically okay, but the storyline, as you know, my stance on it sucked. Yeah. That's true. The sacrifice scene saved episode 8. Oh, when he saved himself, or when he sacrificed himself, I mean. Yeah, that was a pretty cool scene. Rogue One was great, especially when IP Man kicked Stormtrooper ass. Wait, IP Man? Who's IP Man? I originally thought like Iron Patriot. I was like, wait, what are you saying? Talking about the Force is one and I'm one with the Force or something like that. That dude, the blind dude. Rey was a bad protagonist. I don't know. I liked her. My parents aren't into I think what makes it so good is that it really stands alone. It informs episode 4, but you don't get to have seen any other movie to get it. Yeah, it's true. And yeah, I did love how it just went right into episode 4. So that was cool. Where do you fall on TLJ cap? TLJ. What? The Last Jedi. Okay, I'm like, what is TLJ? I mean, yeah, I thought it was good. Like visually, I don't know. It's been a while since I've watched it. I think maybe I've only watched it one time in theaters when it came out, so I probably should watch it again. But I remember coming out of it thinking it was good, and I just loved the Force Ghost scene where all the Jedi were speaking to her and hearing all the voices, hearing Ahsoka and everyone. I was just like, holy crap, this is awesome. But it was a bit of a disappointing. It wasn't really how I wanted that trilogy to end. There was a lot of stuff I didn't really like about it, but overall, I enjoyed it. Wait. Oh, okay. Yeah, you're right. I mixed them up again. So, The Last Jedi. I'm just trying to remember what happens in that one. Yeah, that one was a letdown. Like, Luke Skywalker didn't really do much. He just sacrificed himself at the end, right? And then the part I really hated in that one was, I can't remember the girl's name, and I'm sorry if this offends anyone the way I say this, but the Asian girl in that movie that, like, I guess by the end of it somehow was falling in love with Finn. Like, that felt so forced and just so awkward. I didn't like it at all. So that part I hated, absolutely hated. And when she, I was literally, I think I was like yelling, not in my mind. I was like, "Don't kiss him, please don't kiss him." She kissed him. Okay, so it was way too forced. That part was stupid. And no pun intended there, using force. So clever. That's what I'm saying. Luke is the most powerful Force being, and Disney is just like, well, nerfed. Yeah, could have been a lot cooler, but I think the whole point was like, I think the reasoning behind doing that was they didn't want Luke Skywalker to take over and overshadow Rey, because this whole trilogy was about Rey and her being the protagonist throughout it. Whereas if they just brought Luke in at the end to save the day and just kill everyone and just be a beast, it's like, well, now it's about him again when he already had his trilogy, so they're trying to progress the storyline onto another character. So I'm thinking that was the reasoning behind it. And I mean, plus two, it's like he was old. Like he wasn't the same Jedi he used to be, so he couldn't be ridiculously OP. Maybe they'll have other series where they explore that a bit more, of him being the insane Jedi that he's known to have been. But for this particular ending, it just, they went with that being him being old and, you know, kind of being a bitch by not wanting to train her properly and all that kind of stuff. Come help. But and it was just to essentially let Rey have the spotlight still, I'm pretty sure. It's the only thing that makes sense to me. That's what I don't like. Not Rey. It's supposed to be Jaqen and Jaina. And Kylo Ren is Ben Solo. Ben is supposed to be a Skywalker. I mean, technically he is a Skywalker because Princess Leia is his mom and she's a Skywalker. So technically he is a Skywalker. I think if Luke was as powerful as he is in Legends, it wouldn't be fun to watch. Yeah, there's that possibility as well. The biggest kick in the nuts is when they said the entire extended universe wasn't canon anymore. Stares longingly at the bookshelf. So Simi, have you read a lot of the books as well? Yeah, that's what I've heard a lot about, like those Legends books and all that kind of stuff. That there was a lot of good stuff in there that now they don't consider canon, I guess. So yeah, I haven't read any of those myself, so yeah, that might be partially too why I'm just like, oh yeah, I thought this was all fine. I didn't mind it, because I don't have that knowledge of what happened in there, what was supposed to happen and whatnot. I know some here and there just from stuff that I've watched, like videos, because I do watch a lot of videos, guys. People breaking down stuff and all that kind of Easter eggy things, but yeah, I haven't actually read it myself. Why do you guys have to remind them that The Last Jedi existed? Just remembering it is making me mad. Yeah, from the perspective of someone who's only seen the movies, I thought they were all fine still. I don't know, again, maybe I need to go back and rewatch them and focus and pay attention a little bit more and follow the story plot a little bit and be kind of like, wait, what's going on here? So I'm sorry, Captain Stimulus, not my favorite. Hey, I can't blame you there. He's a good dude. Wait, what? You just... Oh, he resisted. I was like, how did he parry my my heavy attack? He got the resist. He got that point and stand your ground. All the Snoke theories were more entertaining than the actual movie. That too. Oh my! I see. I literally even forgot about Snoke. Like they could have done so much more cooler things with him. Yeah, now I'm starting to remember a bit more of why it sucked so much. Like that, the whole thing with Snoke was stupid. Like there were so many theories about who he might be and what's gonna happen with him, and I guess it turned out that he was he was just like a clone or something, because wasn't there other clones of him that Palpatine had in the episode 9. Like, it was just that was stupid. And then he just dies. It's like, what? My favorite books are the Thrawn trilogy. Those are some pretty good books. And now I'm feeling like I should look into the books. I don't know. I'm not much of a book reader. I don't really like reading books very often. Right now I am reading a book currently though that I'm really into. Is there's a new Hunger Games book that was released this summer by the same author of the originals, and it's about the 10th and oh jeez, about the 10th annual Hunger Games, when President Snow from the original books and the movies, when he was a kid, when the 10th ones happened. So it's pretty good so far. I'm liking it. Because that book trilogy, I love that book trilogy. It's one of the only series, actually it might be the only book series that I've read multiple times. I've read it twice through. I just finished that book, Patrick. Nice. Yeah, I'm about halfway through it right now. I don't want to say like what point exactly I'm at. I guess I can say like in one word. You might know where I'm at. There was a lot of explosions that just happened, and I'm about like halfway through. I'll just say that. Maybe you'll understand where I'm trying to say I'm at. So it's been good so far though. I like it. Hey Cap, who should I awaken, Nick or Aegon? I don't have a lot of Sig Stones, both 5 stars. Who would work better for the collector? So not that many Sig Stones. Obviously, if you had a lot of Sig Stones, Aegon would need them. And he would definitely help if you're looking to do something like Labyrinth and Abyss as well. If those are things that you're not really worried about, or maybe you've already completed them, I'd probably say Nick Fury. I mean, I don't know. The Collector. Sorry, you said the Collector? Yeah, the Collector. I don't remember all of his abilities, but actually, doesn't he have a tenacity? That might be kind of annoying with Nick Fury. You might shrug off all of his bleeds. I don't know. I don't feel you can't really go wrong either way, but like you said, you don't have a lot of Sig Stones, so that's leaning me a little bit more towards Nick Fury, because you don't even need to put any in him. You just awaken him, and then he's good to go. Like, I've literally had my Nick Fury for a year now, and he's still Sig 1. Like, I use an Awakening Gem, done, haven't touched it since, and he's been great. The Abyss Collector, Aegon is better. Well, yeah, obviously. If we're talking Abyss, then you definitely want to go Aegon, or even Labyrinth. So, kind of comes up to that your decision on there if you're trying to do that or not. Otherwise, I'd probably go with Nick. It's good, Cap. I just got a 5-star Guardian from a Grandmaster Crystal. Should I use an Awakening Gem on him? I did. I used the generic on him just because I didn't have any tech and I had an extra generic at the time. And at the time I mean like a week or two ago. So I was pretty content with doing that. I think he's awesome. And if he's someone you plan on ranking up and you think you're going to use him for a lot of areas, like if you haven't done something like Variant 3 yet for tech, I'm sure he'd be great for it. He's going to help me in areas in Act 6 I'm excited to explore. So yeah, lots of good stuff. I think he's worth it. Should I hold it if I have 50 Sig Stones? I mean, if you're planning to awaken Aegon and then put him up to only Sig 50, I wouldn't say it's necessarily worth it just yet. You want to at least get him to like Sig 120-ish range. I want to say that's about where I had him when I did Labyrinth, and it was still pretty manageable. It wasn't too hard. Because obviously, like once you get him to Sig 200, it's fine. It's just a matter of how many hits he carries over from the previous fight, obviously. So yeah, it kind of just comes down to what your plans are after the collector. So don't look at this as just like you're ranking it up for the collector. You're ranking this character up for future content. I mean, eventually you really can't go wrong either way. They're both gonna be valuable. So Mando gonna be on the water world for a bit. He seems to have money, so getting his ship fixed could be quick. Should I Yeah, but I don't know. I've said it a couple times now. Generally, the way that Mandalorian has gone from season 1 and so far it's held true, pretty true into season 2. Every episode takes place on essentially a different planet or in space. So I would imagine they'll probably be on this water planet for one episode, most likely, unless they change things up and they do stay here for a little while. So I don't know. I know there were trailers where he's on like a boat, so I would assume that scene is going to be in tonight's episode. It's like pre season 2, like when they dropped the trailer originally, there was a little clip of him and Baby Yoda on a boat. So I'm on a boat. I can't sing the rest of the lyrics in that song because I'd get in trouble. But if you know what song I'm singing, you know what I'm singing. Just think Lonely Island if you don't. Can't wait for Ahsoka to show up this season, dude. Same. I can't wait. I think Dave Filoni, he directed episode 5, I want to say, is what I heard. So my guess is we won't get Ahsoka until episode 5 because, you know, he's the creator of Ahsoka. He'll be the one that introduces her into the live action. That is my sole theory. And if they don't do it that way, I will be very upset. But it makes sense that we'll probably get her in episode 5 is my guess. And then hopefully she's in it for the rest of the season and it's not just like a one-off episode. So I don't know. Same Simula, wondering if Rex will make an appearance, but I'm pretty sure I remember he's supposed to be dead. I don't know. Sorry, Dawson is playing Nightbat. Yeah, Nightbat, you didn't know that there's actually like she's supposed to be making an appearance in the show. Pretty sure. I'm curious to see what live action Ahsoka looks like. Autocorrect really doesn't like my Star Wars names. Yeah, I get that. I like your Yoda G. Haven't watched the recent episode, so I'll see you next stream. All right, Bradley, no problem, man. Appreciate you stopping by. I'm also wondering if the guy we think is Boba Fett is actually Rex. Yeah, we did talk about that earlier a little bit, and I put it out there that I feel like if it had been Rex, that it would have been a little bit more of like happier music and just kind of like a brighter moment in the episode, and just kind of like a, oh gosh, oh heck, it's Rex, but the music I felt like was like not like sad, like kind of like a darker tone music, and it was just kind of like and the way he turned, he just looked frustrated or like mad or whatever. So like I feel like if it had been Rex, it would have been a bit more like happy, like would have like a smile on his face or something, because you know it's Rex. We all love Rex. What's up? It's Padme. How you doing? Playing some Among Us with her the other night with some people, some friends of Swaggers. So good to see you. Glad you were able to catch the stream. You said you stopped by, so you made it. Glad to see it. So I'll wake and Nick and hopefully get uncollected this week. I can get one from the game. Yeah, that's why I did it actually. That's why I used my generic on the Guardian, because I can plan on getting that other one from the quest. So technically I don't have it yet, but that's the plan, is to get it from there. Hey, where are you? There you are. No, I knew they just didn't know who was playing. Oh yeah, Rosaria Dawson has been reportedly that she was going to be playing it. Yeah, this came out a while ago. I'm 95% sure it's Boba though. It wouldn't tease the armor not to pay it off. Yeah, exactly. That was the other thing too. It's like the whole episode was essentially focused around Boba Fett's armor, and then they show the guy that played Jango Fett, which essentially was Boba Fett, like because that's what they all turned into. They all looked like him. They were all clones of him, so it makes sense that he would look like him. So why would they show it and end up being Rex? So. But if it does end up being Rex, I'm not going to be mad, because I would love to see Rex come back. Because I'm trying to remember, do we in Rebels? I think he's still alive by the end of Rebels, right? Remember, I wanted to see what everyone thought about episode 2. Did y'all already discuss the giant snow demigorgon spider? Yeah, we talked about the spider a little bit earlier. That it was pretty cool. It was just kind of, you know, your average spider, nothing special about it. And for the most part, the episode was a bit of a filler. Just kind of didn't really move the story plot along. Just introduced the frog lady, kind of, and that Baby Yoda likes to eat her eggs, and that the Republic is kind of okay with Mando doing what he wants to do, I guess. So not really, outside of that, not really much happened in the episode. So hopefully tonight, remember guys, episode 3 airs tonight in a little over 3 hours from now. So hopefully we get a little bit more exciting stuff happening. Yo, Cap, what's good? What's going on? And Kit, how you doing, man? Disney would totally do that to advertise and spin off for Boba. Yeah, because I've heard of that too, that there might be a spin-off series for Boba Fett down the road. So hopefully this wasn't like we got that tease of him in the first episode, then we don't see him the rest of the season, and then they announce, Boba Fett season coming, because that would be super lame. Because then it's just like, well, what is Mando doing with Boba Fett's armor for the entire season, just holding on to it? Like, there's got to be something. It can't just be we see him get that armor in episode 1 and then he doesn't do anything with it. Like, we have to either have another run-in with him, whether that's going back to Tatooine or whatever, or somehow he meets up with them and maybe he's following them now this whole time. Maybe that's what that was alluding to, that he does still have his ship and that he's been chasing or following Mando across the galaxy now or something, and he's gonna catch up to him and get his armor back or something. I don't know. I just hope we get more of Boba. We need answers, and it better not wait until like the end of the season or next season or something. I don't know. Captain Rex was old, and he said in Rebels, close to death. He thinks at the end of Rebels, and this is years after Rebels. True. Your Pacific time, right, Captain? Yeah. So it's almost 9 o'clock here. Kind of bothered with the writers. Kept having Baby Yoda eat the frog lady's babies for the sake of comedy. Once was good enough. It did get a little overkill out of times, but it was just kind of a funny thing. I don't know. Yeah, it was, maybe they did overdo it a little bit. The one at the very end was just kind of like a top it all. Like, okay, he had to get one more in, I guess. Oh, shoot. Haha, screw you, Nightcrawler. Try to evade me now, sucker. You would think Boba would go back to Slave One. Yeah, that was the name of his ship, right? So yeah, I don't know. Need to start watching Rebels. What? You haven't watched Rebels? There's going to be spoilers in Mandalorian from Rebels. Like, there's characters that there already have been spoilers technically, like the Darksaber. The Darksaber shows up in Rebels, and now it's in Mandalorian. So yeah, you need to catch up. I assume the Hutts claimed it after it fell into the pit. Maybe, I don't know. I'm sure the Jawas have dismantled it by now. That's true too. That's the other question too, is so assuming he got out of the Sarlacc pit, how, like, why didn't he have his armor on him anymore? Why did the Jawas have his armor? This is not gonna go well. Running suicide and having come up on a void. I think whenever I play this game live, I'm pretty sure I lose with her Proxima every single time. She's only rank 2 and I just bring her for the synergies because I'm weird like that. But good question, Cap. Yeah, like, so how did they get them? You mean book wise or Disney wise? Oh wait, let's see. I'm thinking they saved him from the Sarlacc pit somehow and he sold his armor to them as payment. Oh, the Jawas? It's possible. So a theory that I've heard is that, so in episode 1 they allude to that the Krayt Dragon is living in a Sarlacc pit cave or whatever, and there's like, how how is he living in there if that's a Sarlacc pit? And he's like, they basically allude to that maybe he ate a Sarlacc. And so if that's the case, it's the end of the episode. Mando uses that, whatever his ability, whatever that was he did to get out of the crate dragon, and like the acid that was on the crate dragon didn't affect his armor. And so they're saying that the crate dragon ate the Sarlacc that he was in, and his acid river dissolved the Sarlacc and left Boba Fett alive in there still, and his armor protected him from the acid, and he was able to fly out somehow or something. I don't know. OMG, I tune in just in time for spoilers. Kidding, I'm Kurt. What's going on, Abdo? How you doing, man? What exactly is a Sarlacc? Sarlacc, I don't know what exactly it is, but it's what Boba Fett falls into in is it episode 3, right? Episode 3 when that happens. So it's what he technically died to, what we all originally thought had happened, but apparently he didn't. Yeah. Acid doesn't affect Beskar. Yeah, exactly. The shock? Wait, what shock? Yeah, oh yeah, the thing that he used when he like flew out of the crate dragon thing. I don't know what it was, what that thing was he did. Somehow he activated something that the crate dragon didn't like, and he was able to get out. Come on. Boba's armor may not have been Beskar though. He wasn't really yeah, that's true too. That's the other thing I've heard too, is that his armor technically wasn't, but they could end up retconning that and just saying that it was. So I don't know. It's not encased in armor, so other parts of him would melt away, and if they didn't, then why did he lose the armor afterwards? Not plausible. Yeah, you know, it's, like I said, I don't know. I'm not saying that I believe that theory. That was just one that I had heard. I have no idea how he made it out of it. So I like the idea that the Jawas maybe saved him somehow though. Maybe they killed the Sarlacc and then saved him in turn, and he gave him his armor, deciding he wanted to put the bounty hunter behind him or something and move on. I've also heard a theory that maybe he's been living as one of the Sand People. What are they called again? I can't remember, but in that last scene you see him looking out over the mountain at Mando as he drives by, and he has one of the weapons of Tusken Raiders. Yes, he has a Tusken Raider like weapons and everything like that, and it looks like he's wearing like kind of their clothes and everything, so he could be living with the Tusken Raiders, either in hiding or just, and maybe they saved him or something. I don't know. That's a possibility. They're also called Sand People, so that was sufficient. Yeah, exactly. That's what they're commonly known as. I feel like most people just refer to them as, again, the Star Wars universe, they refer to them as the Sand People. I thought Boba's armor was made with Beskar. Slayer told me it was Durasteel, or wasn't made with Beskar. Yeah, I think that's right. Boba knows maybe he was one of the Tuskens that Mando talks to. Exactly, too. Yeah, they're saying that maybe he was even one of those, and just in disguise, basically. But yeah, Durasteel. I think that sounds familiar. I think that's the one I've heard that they say it's made out of. River, what are you doing? My cat is totally like sprawled out on the ground right now, like on her back. Oh, the wrong way. Hey, what are you doing? What a weirdo. How is war going so far for you, Cap? I lost so much health in the first 3 fights. I lost a decent amount of health in my first fight, mainly because I'm running suicides and I used a human torch. What's going on, Joe? I used a human torch against a Sim Supreme, and I was running suicide, so I just didn't use any special attacks and just let the incinerates bleed him down. And I mistimed a few parries, so I took block damage. I don't think I actually got hit by him, and then I accidentally dexed out a few times, and so I triggered that damage as well. So Human Torch took a little bit of a beating in the first fight, but I still got the solo. And then the second fight, I faced a Gladiator Hulk, so I could get a Corvus charge for the Avenger charge. And I again made a stupid mistake, and I thought he was throwing a heavy attack, and so I thought the animation was done. I don't know how I mixed it up because they don't even really look alike. I thought he was throwing it heavy, so I thought I had time to dash in, but he was throwing a special one, and so I took a special one to the face and lost like half of my health. But then I faced the Professor X mini boss, and then a Quake, and then Iron Man Infinity War with Corvus, and cleared all that no problem. I boosted up for those fights, so that wasn't an issue at all. So now I have a 3-charge Corvus minus the evade charge, ready to go if I'm needed for mini bosses, baby. I'm ready to rock. How's war for you though, outside of losing a lot of health in the first 3 fights? He could have disguised himself as a raider because he knew the Mando was coming to them and to get information. Yeah, it's true. Could be. Nightbat, you leaving? Wait, or is Patrick leaving? I don't see either of you saying you're leaving. I don't know, I'm confused. You know who else should clear no problem Sentinel? Oh, who else? You should clear no problem Sentinel. Wait. Oh, is the mini boss available? If I was tagged to say that the mini boss is available in the last 2 hours, I've been streaming, so yeah, I haven't seen it. So I'll pop over there in a second. I'm probably gonna end off my stream here shortly anyways. Looks like it's 9 o'clock. Brian should be going live here any minute if he hasn't already. I'm headed to bed as well. Good night. All right, Simula, thanks for hanging out, man. It's always good to see you in the chat and talk all things Star Wars and nerdy with you, man. Everyone and their mother thinks it's Boba. They saw the armor, so it was 100% in their mind. That's why I hold the 1% that is Rex. Rex has a reason to talk to Mando. Boba, meh, not so much. I mean, I see the argument there, but yeah, I'm still sold that it's Boba, so. Can't just use the term sand people. What's going on, youth? No deaths, just embarrassingly bad against a man thing because he wouldn't throw a special, and then I took 1 hit from the crit monkey from an unblockable special and lost saves. Whew. Yeah, that's what happened too with me with this Symbiote Supreme. He wouldn't throw a special one. I was trying to bait it out, and that's how I ended up triggering the Dex when I had the Fate Seals up on accident. And he wouldn't throw the special one, and so then I had to take a special 2 into my block, and that didn't feel too pretty either. So yeah, that's how my torch got its health to where it's at right now. So a bit of a frustrating fight that one was, and I was just like, please don't die on the first fight of the season. I was like, no, don't do this to me. But luckily I did, so we're good. They can sell more toys if it's Boba Fett. That's the thing too that you have to look out for, is getting spoilers based on merchandise that gets announced. Like what merchandise is out there is like very revealing of what's going to happen in TV shows and movies, because obviously like Baby Yoda merch last year, they were like super good about keeping that a secret. It was when Baby Yoda first showed up, it was like a what, there's another Yoda, like, and they didn't release anything about that. So that's where I think they've been good with this show. So I feel like we won't necessarily get any spoilers if there's anything big about that. Like I haven't heard of anything, any like Ahsoka related toys when it comes to like the Mandalorian. So who knows, maybe there won't be, I don't know. Good news, my C19 test came back negative for the 3rd time in a row. The bad news, I have no good reason as to why BG is a dingus. That will remain a mystery for now until the end of time, Laura. But you're the one that decided to permanently attach yourself to that dingus. So, hey, I think you made a good choice though. Still, he's a good dingus. What are you doing? But hello, Laura. Hope you are doing well. Glad to hear that your test popped up negative. My technically brother-in-law, he's in my sister. I don't think their divorce is final, but he's still my. I don't know how to call him other than my ex-brother-in-law. I guess I don't know. He works out of prison, and he was in charge of the COVID unit for a little while. We're not in charge of it, but he was like had to watch over the COVID unit for a while there. So he was getting constantly tested over and over again. And he did just actually pop up finally positive like 2 weeks ago. But I haven't seen him for a long time, so I don't think I'm at risk of it. Luckily, my sister and my nephew haven't shown any signs or anything yet either, because he still comes over and helps out to be a dad. But yeah. Alright, video recorded, edited, and thumbnail made, all uploading to the channel and premiering tomorrow. By the way, have I thanked you lately for all your help? Thanks, Bae. Doc McShoddy, no problem, man. I'm always here if you have questions. Glad you've been killing it on the channel, and look forward to seeing who you pull tomorrow. If Ahsoka shows up in episode 5 like you predict, then they better start laying the groundwork in this episode. Yeah, I think so. They could, especially like if we get the reveal of Bo-Katan, if she is that Mandalorian that they run into, or if it's Sabine Wren or something, then they're obviously going to have some kind of lead as to where Ahsoka might be, so they could be the ones that lead him to Ahsoka. That's my theory. The episodes come out right at midnight Pacific time. It was pretty much close to, I want to say it might have been like 12:02 or something like that. So yeah, I get tested a lot because I travel and work. Yeah, because of travel and work. Yeah, makes sense. I'm so excited to see Bo-Katan and Ahsoka. Yeah, me too. I can't wait. My work's been so crazy, I haven't been able to make real content for the channel except for crystal openings. I don't know how y'all do it on the regular. I mean, I don't really do it as often anymore. I don't have a lot of ideas anymore other than just like, oh, what character, but I haven't done Act 6. I need to do a lot of that. So I need to do some streams coming up. Hopefully that's the plan, is once we get Cyber Weekend, and I'll have some units to waste, I'll be jumping into Act 6 and doing that finally. So that should be some refreshing content, or maybe frustrating, depending on how you look at it, I guess. Most likely frustrating, knowing me. It's also why we're on the unit grind right now, to try to get as many units as we can. And currently the units I'm holding on to aren't really doing anything for me because I keep using them in Alliance War and Alliance Quest. But I am building up a good amount of battle chips, at least, so there is that. This Iron Man Infinity War is a jerk. I don't like it. He's not really doing anything to be a jerk, he's just Iron Man Infinity War, so he's a jerk. He's tanky. Wish those weren't passive, and he would have been dead a long time ago. Hope the fam is okay. Yep, everyone's doing good so far. I had actually got my sister was out of town for a photo shoot. She's a photographer, and so she was out of town doing a shoot. So my nephew was staying with my parents for at least last night and tonight, I think. And I get a FaceTime from my mom, and it pops up, and it was him. It was my nephew who just turned 2 back in September, and he does this thing occasionally, like he'll just randomly like either say like, see Bradley, and that's me. Bradley is my name. And so he just likes to FaceTime me every now and then. He does it when he's either with my sister or with my mom and dad, and so then they'll FaceTime me, and then I'll just FaceTime my nephew. And so did that shortly before the stream. It was always fun. That's freaking cute. Yeah, it's pretty fun. I like it. Over under on Mando busting out the flamethrower. 2 for 2 so far. Dude, yeah, I mean, I've heard that, I think he did it in every episode in season 1. And so far he's done it in every episode, in both episode 1 and 2 this year, or this season. So I think there's a good chance it probably happens again. So yeah. But looks like Mr. One Brian Grant has officially started his stream. So let's go ahead, guys. We're gonna go raid Brian now. I'm gonna get out of here. Can't wait to watch Mandalorian tonight. And yeah, we'll talk about it next Thursday. As for upcoming streams, should be live probably tomorrow. I don't see why I won't be able to. So yeah, if not, then maybe Saturday. But yeah, guys, go head over to Brian, hit him with the hashtag BeardGang, and I will follow shortly after, and I will see you guys over there. Thank you all for hanging out, and I will see you the next time. This is the way. Yes, nicely done, Abdo. Nicely done.